This is Serious Sam, Siberian Mayhem. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So here on the Series X, in this standalone adventure that pivots off of the magical times of Serious Sam 4, we've got like basically kind of two graphical options. So yeah, it's a little interesting. Options. You go to graphics, so there's graphics optimized for performance or for graphics, which is what I'm just kind of mixing the two up. But yeah, basically, performance mode makes it look a little less fancy, and then graphics mode makes it look a little fancier. Honestly, you've got like a 60 FPS target no matter what you go with, so I would say maybe just going for graphics, because honestly this one has performance dips sort of no matter how you go about it, so you might as well make it look a little better, I think. I mean, honestly, it's sort of up to you and how you want to go about it. I think with performance, you're going to get like a little bit of a better performance experience, but, you know, again, that's just kind of how it is. So this one is interesting because, oh, and it's a 4K resolution at 60 FPS is the target. Just want to put that out there in case you were, you know, kind of wondering there, because I don't know if I was clear on that aspect of it, but it just kind of like graphically some things will look better, some things will look worse and whatnot, so I hope that kind of helps. Oh good, I died again. So this one is online co-op for up to 4 players, which is interesting, and as I did mention, it is like a standalone kind of entry within the franchise, so you don't really need to have a working knowledge of the Serious Sam universe to jump in and play this one. I'm hoping I can get like a better gun to kill stuff with. Would be just, oh, there we go, just lovely. Anyways, yeah, so if you're not familiar with Serious Sam, you're this guy that says all of these crazy wacky things, and you deal with these weird monsters in a very messed up world, and you kill a lot of stuff. That's Serious Sam. I mean, it's really quite straightforward. It's kind of an old school sort of shooter to a degree in terms of like feeling and style. Dogs and frogs, that's funny. And it's like, it really does not take itself super seriously, and it's just kind of fast, and you're blowing stuff up, and you're killing things, and it's Serious Sam. I know that sounds weird from like an outsider's perspective, but it really legitimately is kind of just, it exists as a shooter of just wildness and wackiness. So there's the campaign where you are in Siberia, and then there's also survival mode, both of which are big staples of the franchise. So like, you know, in survival mode you're just trying to survive waves, and in the campaign, you're surviving against, oh jeez, a huge range of usually alien enemies that you have to obliterate while trying to get like health pickups and different types of weapons and ammo. So you gotta move fast, you gotta kill, you gotta try to survive. As I said, it's Serious Sam, and it's just like, the humor for it either hits for you or it doesn't. But it is kind of just a fun game where you go in and you blast things and you destroy stuff and you shoot things. It's just now you're in Siberia, where it's cold and, you know, it's different thematically themed. Like they take you to really interesting places, the Serious Sam franchise. Like you do actually visit some different locales and whatnot. Especially, like, Serious Sam 4 was, I'm trying to think where that one was, kind of like a European type thing. There was like the Colosseum and everything was in it. Sorry, it's been a while since I've played the last Serious Sam game. It was really cool to see that one. Well, the whole franchise, I think, now is actually on Xbox, right? There's the Serious Sam Collection, and then Serious Sam 4, and then this one. There might be some smaller little spin-offs that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. But yeah, you can actually play the whole thing, I believe, on the Xbox platform there. Optional objective, black gold, you get a skill point. I don't really care to go do that. So that's an optional objective. You do get some pretty decent environments. This one definitely seems to be leaning on Serious Sam 4, which had some, like, wildly large action sequences. Like, I think there's one with, like, I want to say 1,000 enemies or something on the screen. Like, it was ridiculous. Because it was, like, Serious Sam 4 was basically, it was a Stadia paid-for game, if you remember Google Stadia. And then, you know, they're like, oh, we're showing off the cloud tech and how we can scale cloud tech to get more ambitious game stuff. But then we're like, oh, I guess technically we're still hardware limited on the server side, so it doesn't really scale in the sense of dreams that we believe it does, or whatever. Whatever the case was. It was supposed to be a big thing for Stadia, and then eventually, you know, Stadia kind of went away. I think this one actually got ported before the end of Stadia, or maybe they had like some sort of exclusivity contract. But the only reason, or not this one, sorry, Serious Sam 4. But, you know, the only reason we really got new Serious Sam stuff was because Stadia went and, you know, basically footed the bill for it. So, thanks, Stadia, I guess. But that's how I played Serious Sam 4 the first time, was playing it on Stadia, and then I got to check it out on Xbox after it came there. And then we got Siberian Mayhem, so that's kind of cool. And it's nice to have more Serious Sam action. Because, like I said, it's going to feel... You're going to feel right at home if you played Serious Sam 4, right? Like, this one is just really heavily leaning on that sort of thing. But I'm okay with this. I actually really do enjoy when games kind of have, like, standalone little spin-offs. Like, I actually think they can be quite a lot of fun, if that makes sense, because you're getting something that's, like, a different peek into the world, and... You know, they typically have, like, fun little side stories to them, and then they just kind of build out the lore, and it's good to have occasional follow-ups while you're kind of waiting for more down the road. And that's a big thing, too, is I do hope that we have, you know, some more Serious Sam. Because it's fun. Like, whoa! Jeez, it could be a little grueling at times. There's lots of difficulty options, though, if you need something more, easy going, I suppose, but yeah, it's just kind of like a quirky, weird, fun franchise. I find the storytelling in it to be a little, like, kind of stupid a lot of the time, but I mean, honestly, this franchise is what it is. But it does look pretty good visually, I gotta say. Like, I do, you know, not necessarily loving the performance, but I do love the detail and, like, the goriness, and the creatures always look cool, and, like, the alien monsters and stuff, and it's just, you know, it's one of those games you take it for what it is. It's wacky, it's weird, it's incredibly over the top, it's utterly ridiculous as a franchise, but it's a fun shooter that you can go around just blasting stuff on for a few hours, and then you go, oh, that was neat. And then if you want a little bit more, there's, like, you know, you do the survival mode. But it really is kind of like just a nice little shooter that you sit through. Just, you know, decimate your forces in and then kind of call it a day on, right? And you know what? That's totally okay. You know, that is fine. It's all right to have different types of shooters for different types of things. So I do, really appreciate this franchise for what it is. Holy... And what it tries to provide gameplay-wise, that guy's textures didn't even load in. Oh wow, there's a lot of enemies. Yeah, sometimes I find myself just kind of, like, running through some of the Serious Sam stuff, because there's, it could be really quite a lot to deal with, honestly. I died trying to grab that. Did I at least get what it was? Wonder what my checkpoint's gonna be. Oh, yeah, that's a lovely checkpoint that I've created for myself there. But that's how it goes sometimes. You gotta make the right decisions and, you know, try not to die along the way. There were some areas in Serious Sam 4 where you're doing, like, just this, like, volcano stuff, and I was just like, this is utterly ridiculous. But, yeah, it depends on how you want to play it. Like, it could be pretty mayhem-like. Okay, I was trying to blow up the barrel there. It did not work. It did not work at all. But yeah, as you're seeing, like, this game can really, really give you a bit of a challenge. Yeah, really challenge your ability to survive. Holy, okay, I was finally getting the sawed off there. Okay, so I gotta be quick because there's a whole swath of enemies that way. And a whole swath of enemies that other way. This might be not the greatest of checkpoints, I gotta be honest with you. But, I'll take it for what it is. I'm gonna make it work. Okay, I feel like that sort of hurt me more than it did actually assist me in this particular situation that's going on here. So yeah, Serious Sam 4, a fun experience, and then Serious Sam Siberian here, a nice standalone to that experience. I mean, obviously we're not reviewing or diving into 4, but the idea was sort of like, you know, they very closely are interesting sort of things. So, yeah, that's not the best sort of thing. We're gonna just load back just a second. Little checkpoint behind that one because this might be a little too much for me to handle. Okay, that's good. So we got that stuff going. Those guys are locked that way. I think this will make it a little bit more. Where did you come from? Okay. Maybe not more manageable. I thought it was going to be a little bit more manageable. But now I'm starting to think that might not be the case. Okay, giant eyeball creature. Could you just, like, you know, you can go back further on your checkpoints too if you need to, but I kind of just usually force it until it works, and that's a lot of how I play games. Holy. Okay, this might be a little overwhelming. I would say this might be too much for me to handle. If I could just kill these giant green guys. Oh, I see. There's that explosive thing there. That would have been helpful to know of prior. Yeah, it can definitely become a little overwhelming at times, but it is fun to kind of figure out your way through areas you get stuck. But it tries to be generous with the checkpoints, you know what I mean? Like, it definitely tries to do that sort of thing. Oh, wow, I was actually doing pretty good there, and you slapped me right down to where I belong. That is great. Okay. I'm going to continue with the save I have. No, I wanted the quick save. Why are you forcing me to do this? Oh yeah, the loading can take a little bit in this one, I've noticed. Definitely can take a second. You do get some pretty visually, well, aesthetically appealing things. I guess it was just kind of being like, hey, yo, dude, you are dying. Yeah, you know what, actually, I think I was just supposed to click load the save game. Okay, anyways. Okay, this is worse! I did not want this! This is worse. This is not the one I wanted. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that let's just go. Let's take it back a little bit further. Just a little bit. Oh jeez. Okay. This is worse. I didn't want to be back here. Oh no. Leave me be. There's a lot of enemies out here. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna get in here so that the door closes. And, okay, I thought the door was supposed to close. Apparently not. Okay, this is really bad. I'm just gonna keep stabbing eyeballs. Okay. So that, not the best situation there. Okay, this checkpoint is just, utterly ridiculous. Are you kidding me? See, sometimes you should actually do it correctly, and that way you don't have hordes of enemies roaming behind you, but sometimes my strategy works. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, this might be a little... This might be a bit much. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I mean, yeah, this might be too much for me to handle a little bit. I'm almost thinking. Yeah, this is holy. Yeah, there's a lot of enemies out here. It's becoming a bit of a mess. Yeah. There's just there's a lot of them, needless to say. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit of a sense of hostility from the quantity of enemies that are currently gaining on me, but I'm going to elect to ignore their existence because I think that's better for me in the long run. Oh wow, you're still there. Okay, so at least a few of these giant eyeball monsters come in here, so you get a good selection of like kind of levels and stuff that you can enjoy, which is great. You know, it's nice to have a variety of situations. Okay, this is like a hallway of straight up depressional death is what this is. Okay, huh. It would be nice to like build up to this kind of chaos. Really? I'm getting shot from the side too? That's great. They aren't behind me this way. Okay, that takes out some of the enemies. But not apparently those guys. This is exhausting. Huh. These guys are annoying. And there's still that giant guy to fight. Okay, well, I'm trying my best out here. I seem to have got myself stuck in a situation where it's like it would be better to go way back almost. Because these giant green things are so annoying, and there's so many of them in a tight space that it's like, what do? You just get overwhelmed by all the giant monsters trying to kill you. Like, how are you supposed to kill all these things? It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, a little crazy. I don't really understand why there are so many of these stupid things and why they jump in such a way that you can barely deal with them, but you know, there we go. Is everybody dead? Are some of them dead? Did you consider dying? Okay, there's even more. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna be stuck in here dying over and over again until the end of this. That's pleasant. Let's see if we could do that and maybe just kind of like run by this and sort of go in here and then get a new checkpoint. Okay, there we go. See, sometimes it works. What is that? Okay, nobody wants to deal with that. Can we just... Oh, wow. Yeah, no, they chase you right off the ledge, don't they? You do a whole buffalo run on that one. Okay, at least we got what looks like an objective here, so I am very proud of my ability to kind of get that going. Oh, wow, there is a lot of foes out here. So where was I supposed to go? Oh my, okay. That's great. Yeah, there's a lot of enemies. Good thing I am so serious about my plans to do stuff. You know what I'm actually really looking forward to is kind of seeing how this stuff's all gonna run on like a future Xbox down the road too. I know that sounds weird, but I'm thinking with the extra overhead we're eventually gonna get, this is gonna be like so silky. Oh jeez. Did it die? I don't know if it died. Okay. But at least we're... Oh, not the skeleton things too. Oh my, oh my, oh my. But yeah, where you could kind of see that the performance takes a bit of a hit as you continue to go. Are there more coming? Can I grab this? Okay, so these guys are kind of not dying, but they are kind of cutting my feet. I'm just gonna try to opt to pretend that a lot of these things don't exist. Okay, so yeah, we did it. I survived the Siberian storm on that one. I'm very proud. Uh-oh, looks like we're in for a bad situation. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. It's kind of neat. I hope it gave you an idea of things and also of the death and whatnot that you'll probably face as you try to survive against these monstrous hordes in the Serious Sam experience. Because, yeah, it's brutal and it can be challenging, and there's lots and lots of creatures. I think there's few games out there that really have the sense of scope and scale of all these crazy things that you have to destroy along the way. But yeah, I'm sure you'll have a wild time.